Howdy there, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to the 10th episode of our Sky Factory 4 Let's Play Adventure, the big 1-0. We're double digits now. This is exciting. I remember when I turned 10. I had a Lego Star Wars birthday at a Mr. Gaddy's Pizza that no longer exists. It got turned into some other disgusting pizza place for a while, which I remember it was sort of... My brother had a football game once, and they're like, all right, we're going to the pizza joint down the road because it's family-owned business, and we want to support that. And I was like, I'm not going because it's disgusting. I don't care if it's family-owned. It's nasty. It's not tasty. All right? I'm not going to support a failing business just because it's family-owned. And, oh, what's that, coach? You're friends with the owner? Okay, well, y'all go. I'm going home. It was disgusting. It got turned into an Asian joint that was pretty good. They had pretty good food. But then it went out of business because it wasn't that great, and it was kind of overpriced, and there were better options, and now I think it's just closed and no longer exists. But that was my 10th birthday, and it sure beats what we're doing today. I talked about last episode, at the tail end of the last episode, getting into integrated dynamics for automation, and then I started brainstorming, thinking it through, trying to figure out how exactly I wanted to approach this, and I realized that's not it. That's not really what I want to do at all. I mean, it's great. There's some wonderful things you can do with integrated dynamics, and we probably will touch on it in the future, but not today. Instead, I want to try something I've never tried before. I like to experiment. I like to do new things. Maybe this won't be the most optimal approach, but at least it'll be something I've never tried, and that's the cyclic, hope I'm saying that correctly, item cables. I've never used them. I don't really know a lot about the mod cyclic, so this will be just a fun experiment for everybody. First things first, we're going to need to get ourselves some iron nuggets, so we will make maybe 18 of those, and then we need to get some bricks and create some brick stairs. Is that the recipe? I very rarely make stairs, so I don't really know what goes into them. Do you have to... How do you do this? Oh, you actually have to have full-sized brick blocks. Well, that's not going to work because we don't have enough. One thing we do have is clay, hopefully. We've got 2. This is going swimmingly so far. That's our bone, blah, 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 clay. Okay, let's just get all the clay out of here. We're just going to empty that chest out. We'll come back to that later. In the meantime, we'll dump all of this into here, and we're going to turn it all into clay. Now, I don't really remember what the recipe for the clay is. Yeah, there we go. 64, 64, 12. We got a lot of acorns left over. But there we go. We can turn that into individual clay. 3, 4, and then we can turn those into clay... Wait, no, hold on. Why would we want to do that? No, we want to cook them first, and then that'll create individual bricks, and then we can turn those bricks. I mean, I don't need this much. This is too many. This is going to be too many bricks. Maybe we'll just do 2 stacks, just for the sake of getting it all heated up quickly. We'll leave the rest of the clay in there because we might need it later. I've been trying to keep charcoal generation up, trying to keep it steady because, as you can tell, it's pretty useful to have. And, oh, look, we've got a couple of bricks waiting for us. How great. How great is that? It's not. It's useless. But in addition to the actual extraction, or in addition to the actual item cable, we're going to need to build an extraction cable, which extracts items into item cables. I've never used this mod before. I don't know what the advantage is. Oh, here we go. It's got an information tab. Pump items out of anything into any inventory or the item cable. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work with a hopper. We might have to, because the bonsais we're using are hopping bonsais, we might have to have an inventory below them, which introduces problems. It certainly does. I need to be able to empty these things directly into... Well, you know what? It's trial and error. It's experimentation. We'll not know until we try. So let's stop blabbering on about it, and let's try. A couple extra bricks I think we needed. How many bricks did we need total? That many. All right. Stone bricks. Combine all of that with our iron nuggets. That'll give us 8 item cables. And then the extraction cable also requires iron nuggets. It requires a dropper, which I don't think we have any cobblestone in our network. So one of the most easily obtained items, even in a skyblock. I mean, you don't have it right off the bat. When you get it, you've got it, and you've got a lot of it. Get a dropper, and the final object was going to be a weighted pressure plate. We built some of these previously. I don't know if we had any left over, though, after that. So we've got our extraction cable, our item cable, And then the final thing we're going to need to do is get our crates out of here, because we crafted quite a few of them, including the one that's not like the others for reasons that are unexplained to us. We don't know what sets it apart. Didn't we throw one of these? Maybe after you use it just the one time, it becomes useless. All right, let's try to set this up with, I guess, the mineral chest here. Why not? We've got a lot of mineral leaves, which are useless. The crystallized mineral chunks, though, those are useful. So we'll store those in there, and then we will plop that inside of here. And then we want to go from the hopper, not the chest, but from the hopper into here. So I need to move that chest out of the way. If I break it, all of its contents are going to go everywhere, though. Can I make a dolly? Does that exist? Can you make something to move chests around? I'm almost positive that dollies do exist. I looked this up previously. I don't know why it's not showing up in there. What's this over here? JEI bookmarks? No, that has nothing to do with anything. Where are the dollies? Maybe it wasn't a dolly then. Maybe it was just like a chest mover or something. There was something in here that I found. I'm not crazy. Also, I just now realized that we have quests listed up here as well as advancements. So do we even need to carry around the advancement book? How long is that? Has that been up there this whole time? I had no idea we could access this from there. Huh. Okay, well, I can't find anything to move the chest, even though I'm positive I saw dollies before. So I'll just have to move that. Are these things, like, right under the floor? Because I hear them down there. They're crazy. All right, so we want to run. We got that. We got crystallized mineral chunks. There's only one in there. I don't know why there's only one in there. I thought we put two, but we want to connect that up to here, like that. And then I guess we want to put in the extraction cable. So we probably want to put the extraction cable here, actually. There we are. Now, theoretically, it should start moving mineral chunks into here as they're generated. The only issue with testing like this is I don't know what is the percentage of getting a mineral chunk. Let's see. Recipe? Bonsai tree. 30%. 50, 75. We probably should have tested with mineral wood because we're more likely to get some of that. Do I just leave that there? Let's leave that there, and then let's create another couple. And inside of one of these, we will put mineral wood. So just one. Put some mineral wood in there. And then maybe we'll do the berries, the mineral berries. I don't really want to do the leaves. I don't have a reason to hold on to those. But if I put these inside of here now... oh, look, it's definitely working because it shows the amounts change. So there's now 5 crystallized mineral chunks in there. We've got 3... What is that? A wooden stick? Item stick. Wait, why are there sticks? Mineral wood, crystallized mineral chunk. Why do you have sticks in you? What happened there? Get out of there. That's not supposed to be a thing. What did I put in there? I thought I put a leaf. Okay. I put a leaf. Let's check it again. Empty. Why is it empty? Oh, you know why it's empty? I'll tell you why it's empty. Because when you click it to break it, it takes out one of the items. Okay. Now it's got mineral leaves. There we are. Okay, we've got 5, 2, and 1. Let's put those in order. So when the next one breaks, maybe it'll have leaves in it. Maybe. Okay, no. No, and no. So the amount of crystallized chunks didn't go up. Neither did the wood. Neither did the leaves. Interesting. So did it not actually work? Was that some sort of bug just then that I experienced? Or well, not in the game, obviously. It was my mistake that this was empty and it now has sticks in it. But 1, 2, and 5. It should be getting objects. Should we right-click on this, by the way? I didn't even think about that. Oh, cool. Transfer rate, 1. Transfer rate, 64. Currently, you can set up a blacklist or a whitelist, so we can tell it exactly what we want it to transfer out of here, which is useful. Nothing is happening here. Absolutely nothing is happening. How many trees have grown in there, and where are they going? Taking the mineral back out. I am emptying it of all but, well, we'll say 2, because when I break it, it'll drop back down to 1. And I'm putting that back in there now. I don't think it actually... You know what I think I might have accidentally did? Was maybe clicked it or right-clicked it or something with these. No, that doesn't do anything. It did... I'd be lying if I said I didn't expect this, and it's kind of okay, because I did have a plan B, and the plan B was for things like iron. you know, which we need 2 different objects from. We need the iron resin and we need the acorns. We need them separately. What I thought about doing was just getting 2 crates and having 2 bonsais and, you know, 2 iron saplings. So, you know, if we break this here, basically the idea is you'd have underneath this one, you'd have the acorns, and then in the one next to it, you would have the resin. And then, of course, there would be another hopping bonsai and another iron tree. This was plan B. And honestly, this is probably going to be the best plan. You know, this is pretty much infallible. It does mean we need to have more than a single hopper for every object. But as we progress through the pack, that might be beneficial because it means we're going to have resources being generated more quickly. Right now, we are using the wooden crates. We can, of course, get better results if we use the metal ones. I'm real disappointed about this, though. I thought we were getting somewhere here because I wanted to run these sort of cables and just have them all wired up into here and then let what's in here, let the wooden crates in here sort of dictate what gets collected. But that's not what is happening. You know, I might have already been told this in a comment, but I wanted to say that I did figure it out. And if you told me previously, sorry. I'm recording these kind of back to back because I'm going on a vacation here soon and I need to have some videos ready to be released while I'm gone. But I've got here these crates, as you can see. And in a previous episode, I said I didn't know how much you could store in them, and I couldn't find a wiki, but if we shift, it'll show you that you can store 4.1 thousand objects. So right now we've got 518 or 520 now of the 4.1 thousand objects, and if you throw down the metal one, it'll show you the same thing. So possibly the metal crate, maybe it has to do with the upgrades. I don't know if you can apply the, if we take a look at our advancements here, it could be that you can't apply the upgrades to the regular crates, or maybe you can, but you can like put more in the metal ones. Why don't we find out? The X64 upgrade is going to multiply what we can store, presumably by 64 times. Doesn't specifically say that, but one would hope, and we're short on resources for it. Requires planks, chests. How are we short on resources for this? What are we missing? Oh, we are just missing planks. Oh, you know why? Because we're not storing that type of stuff inside of our network. We've been storing it over here this whole time. We've got a ton of wood in these chests and sticks. Let's create a lot of planks. And we'll move these over, and we will move over some of these sticks too. How are we doing on storage, by the way? All right, we're still good. We're a little over halfway. But overall, we've still got plenty of space. I can just build another one of these if I need to. It's not ideal storage, but it's good for now. So let's make that X64 upgrade. Awesome. And then what goes into the... Okay, you just replace the stone, and you get 10 ingots. I don't think we've got 10 ingots, but we've got the 64 upgrade here. So let's go see first off if we can apply it to our wooden crate. And presumably right-click, and yeah, that worked. So I don't really know what the advantage, again, unless you can add multiples to the metal crate, but it did say in here, craft a barrels, drums, storage, and more metal crate. This block increases your capacity over wooden crates. How? How does it do that? Comment down below if you know. I guess the next stage here is going to be getting our network hooked up with that room over there, and for that we're going to need to get access to behind this wall, which I normally don't do building. I'm not the building guy. I leave that up to Lucky Lou Dog and all the other fine patron supporters around here to do all the real work. But I'm going to need to connect these up for this. This is my job. This is my responsibility. And to do it, I'm going to use the diamond hammer. Now, there's a plethora of hammer options, starting with copper. You can go all the way up to gold. I think that electrum's in there if you're into that, but we've got the diamonds. And the great thing about these hammers is they clear out a 3x3 area, which is really solid. And this is how we're going to create sort of an access hatch between these two areas that we can run cables through. I don't know how far back this way we need to go. We also probably need torches because monsters are going to spawn in there if we're not careful. Do we have any? We've got 3. Okay. Can we make more? Do we have coal or charcoal? I know we've got charcoal that we've been using in here, or we've been making in here. I've already turned it all into tiny coal, though. We need to get another tree. We need to get another stack of wood. Toss that up there. Get some tiny coal up underneath it. Keep it heated. This is important to me. It's important that we keep up a steady supply of charcoal, because until we start generating power, which, might I add, it's a bit crazy we haven't yet. We've done a lot in this series without using electricity. But until we do start using electricity, everything that we make, we're cooking up inside of a furnace. So we need coal for that, or charcoal for that. I guess we can go in here now and start digging in that direction. Suppose we'll go from here, why not? I hope we don't come across like a hive of villainous monsters or anything along those lines. Because we've been hearing a lot of monsters up underneath us. And you can see them down there too. See the nameplates? Those are like big tough guys. We don't want to mess with them. I mean, I don't know why. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Oh man, we'd almost got it perfectly lined up. So we should now have access to behind this wall. I'm going to clear that out a little bit more so we can kind of get right there behind the machines. Alrighty, I just had some weird issues where the game was flashing black and minimizing, and then I'd get it full screen again, and the Windows was like, hey, your graphics driver crashed. So I decided to take a brief break there while I upgraded my graphics driver. It was just updated not that recently. I don't know, maybe that's why. Maybe there was something wrong with it, and that's why the update was released. It's a bit weird that it wasn't acting up until, right when I checked and there was a new update. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just being a conspiracy theorist. One thing I'm sure of is that on the other side of this block, there is a chest, which is not what we needed. I'm actually trying to figure out how to tie in back here, because I want to connect this up. Oh gosh, I've done it wrong. Connect that up in here. And let's see, what is this right here? Is this emeralds? Okay. I don't know what emerald resin would be used for. You can make emerald amber with it, and then emerald amber can be used to get liquid. And I think that really all we need is the acorns, though. So let's ditch let's ditch all of this. Let's break this bad boy right here. Let's replace that with a crate. I'm trying to remember if this is, in fact, what I was doing last time. I got really distracted when I got kicked out of the game because of a graphics driver crash or some nonsense. What is this? Now we need to connect them up with some cables. We've got 59 storage cables, and then we don't want import or export cables. What we want is a link cable used to connect inventory to the network. And the reason we're going to use this is because if we put something like an import cable, it will import objects from this here chest, and it will store them inside of whatever storage device we have connected to the network, which would be this here chest. And I don't want... I mean, you see what happens if we were to do that. This would get filled up really quickly. We don't want to do that, so we're going to run this cable over here, and we're going to hook it up. This is all still just experimentation, by the way. I don't really know what I'm doing, but if I put that there like that, it should now interact with the network. We should be able to open this up and type in emerald. We can extract the emeralds that we've got stored inside of here. There we are. No, there's still more. There's so many. And then I think if you double right-click, it will... Why are there... Oh, of course, we took the sticks out of there too. Obviously. Take all of these things out. Double right-click. There we go. So there's all of our emeralds. They're all 1.49 thousand of them are stored in there. And if we take a look inside of here, hey, look at that. That's fantastic. They're still shown because they're connected to the network. We can access them in here if we want to. Can we lock this somehow to where it'll only hold the emeralds? I'm not sure if you can do that. I think we want to set a priority here. Smaller goes first. So we always want the emeralds to preferably go into that crate. And then if we set this one over here to like 1, so this is priority 1, if there's another inventory that I can put something in, so for example emeralds, it should default to putting them inside of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a stack out of here, excellent, and then we're going to throw it into this storage remote, and it should put it back. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to how many were in there before. Plus 20, okay, 22 plus 25, and if we do this, plus 23, or 23 plus 25, okay, good, so it is working. Next up, I need to check and find out if we can somehow lock this so that only emeralds can be stored in there. So if I accidentally pull out all of the emeralds from this crate, I don't want... You saw what happened before when I did that. It defaulted to putting a stick in there or a leaf in there. I don't want that to happen. Shift right-click doesn't do it. Shift left-click doesn't do it. let's just type in the name of the mod. So it is at barrels, drums, etc., etc. And there is a key, a crate key. That might be what we need. Maybe, I'm not sure. We've also got a color tool, which, I mean, I don't know what that does. Maybe we can color different objects with it. Like, can we change the color of the crate? Oh, hot diggity. We got to give this a try. All right, so it's also possible that, well, no. I was going to say maybe the key just locks the crate so we can pick it up without the objects dropping, but we can already do that. You can already pick up crates without the objects dropping. So let's turn that back off. Why did that turn itself back on? And then let's look up the recipe for that key, the crate key. We probably have everything we need for it already. Nope. What are we missing? Iron? Are we missing... What? Why is it always iron? Why are we always short on iron? Why is that the object that is the most difficult to keep a constant supply of? It's alright, we can make some more here. Where's my iron amber? Where did I put that at? I know I've got some iron amber. Yeah, we've got like a ton of it. Need to keep these things supplied. Constant flow. Okay, so with the 3 additional iron, we should now have what we need, except for we need either a barrel or a crate. We should have barrels, but we don't. We should have crates, but we do. Where are the crates? Oh, they're in my inventory. Didn't we have a barrel at one point? I thought we did. I know we turned it into a metal barrel, but then what happened to it? I don't know. We may never know. There we go, though. We got a crate key. Hopefully we only need 1, and we can use that to lock the crate. So we'll give it a test here. If I right-click on it with the key, there we go. It's locked. So then if I come over here, oops, and I take out all the emeralds, boom, it's empty, but as you can see, it'll still only hold emeralds. So we'll double right-click, and that'll put all the emeralds back. Perfect. This is how we're going to do our setup. We're going to keep this cable here. We're going to need a lot of these link cables, and we're going to need to set up all of these trees with their own storage crates. It's also possible that some of these are going to have, again, a double setup like we discussed earlier with the iron. It feels like we talked about that in a previous episode because of that big extended break I had to update my graphics driver. All right. I'm going to need to create a lot of crates. Going to need to get a lot of hopping bonsais. And did we ever determine what we needed for the next tier mulch before I begin this process? Biofuel. That's right, power. All right, well, I'm going to turn on a podcast, get a little bit of a bop going in here, and at the end of this clock wipe, we'll be done. Well, that's an hour of my life I'll never get back, but I think it was time well spent. So let me give you a brief tour of what is going on here. Pardon me as I get in the corner and do this again. I'm trying to get like, okay, what's the thumbnail going to be? What's the screenshot going to be for the thumbnail? I'm trying to get a feel for it. Let me show you what I've done in the last hour, and hopefully you two will agree that it's been worth it. So first off, we still haven't changed this. We've got our storage cables. I've ran them underground though, so they're all running to a whole bunch of these storage link cables, which are all hooked up to the barrels, not the barrels, the crates, only a couple of which have been upgraded. I need to upgrade all of them. The only way I can tell whether or not they're upgraded is by looking at the total amount that they can store. So for instance, this one over here has 8.19 thousand, or 8.19 thousand. So that's the only one that I think has been upgraded, except for this one over here that's holding the wood logs and the sticks. I upgraded those too, and those aren't hooked up to the network yet. But I decided that I wanted to move everything from over there into this room back here. Can keep it out of sight, and it may be a little bit more secure. You never know what kind of threats we're facing out there. The world's a dangerous place. But they're all hooked up, which means they can all be accessed from the storage remote. So what do you need? Do you need some dirt? Look at that. You got access to all of your dirt acorns and dirt resin. The idea to double up on the number of saplings that we have is pretty effective, I got to say. It does essentially not quite double because the percentages aren't exact like that, but it kind of doubles the speed at which the stuff is being produced. So, we've got the 2 sands, we've got the 2 lapis. Some of them don't have to be doubled. For instance, diamond acorn, you only need the acorns unless you want to make diamond, what is it called, resin? Is that what? No, you take the diamond resin and you add it to the acorns and that gives you diamond amber. Right, but I don't need liquid diamond, so why would I do that? And even if I did, I'm sure I could make it with just solid diamonds, so really the diamond acorns are all that we need. Everything here, though, everything is growing, everything's fine. The one concession I made here was with the bone sapling. It has something like a 3 or 5% chance to just straight up drop bone meal, and as you can see, that's slow going, so we might need to upgrade the mulch in there. But I didn't want to create a whole bunch of different crates for the bone mill when, you know, the tree will sometimes just drop a bone mill anyway. Acorn, much like diamond, just needs the one, and it's growing pretty quick. We got dirt. We got everything in here. There's some things that are missing. I don't think I've got cottonwood planted. I haven't planted the bacon yet, and I haven't planted the donut yet. So there are some saplings that we have. I've moved them into this chest, so they're not in here, though. I guess some of the saplings are in here, and in fact, we can find out real quick if we just type in sapling. None of these belong here, so we're going to take them all out and store them inside of here. I need to hook up these chests, I guess, to the network also, but I don't know. Do we really need access to leaves at a moment's notice? Sticks and logs, yes, so we'll probably need to tie those into the simple storage network. Speaking of which, it is a little bit more full now because there was some extra things I didn't know what to do with when I broke down all of these chests, so I just kind of threw it all in here. So there are things like these oak logs we can take out. We'll go move them in there because we do have an entire crate specifically for them. We also have leaf chests in there, so I need to get all the leaves out. I need to do some pruning in here, essentially, to kind of get this as optimized as possible. This is great. So, I mean, we're not at like AE2 levels of storage efficiency, but, you know, with what we're working with, we're doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this setup, and it's going to work for the time being and for the foreseeable future, at least the next, you know, what is this, episode 10? The next 15 episodes. I think we're pretty good to go. I kind of wanted to get all of that done. I wanted to have I didn't have that exact setup in mind, but I wanted to get a setup like that done many episodes ago. But, you know, it didn't pan out. We ended up take a long time to get the simple storage network up, and then we had to build this, and oh my gosh, I did not expect him to be right there when I turned around. Oh, my heart is in my chest right now. I cannot breathe. Die. Oh, I guess that's the next thing I have to work on. Oh, man. I wonder what she's doing up there. We'll have to go ask. We'll have to go ask next time. Thank you folks for watching. I'm going to take a rest. God bless you. I'll see you later. Bye.